Group rides are one of the most fun parts of cycling, and you should definitely go on them, but there are some things that you need to know to find group rides, to be courteous on group rides, and to have the most fun possible. Here's everything you need to know before going on your first group bike ride. Speaking of things that you should know that this video is sponsored by Wabi Cycles. For top tier steel single speeds and fixed gear bikes that are the funnest bikes that I've ever thrown a leg over, be sure to stick around till the end of the video to learn more about them. If you're looking for a group ride, the best place to find group rides are social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or even apps like Meetup, or just go into your local bike shop and asking what the rides in the area are. That's probably your best bet. You can tell your local bike shop that you're into this type of riding, and you can ask them if they know of any group rides or if anybody that would know about those types of group rides in your area. The thing about cycling is that there's so many different types of cycling, so you should really find a group ride that suits your needs and your style of riding. And after you find the group ride, you need to determine whether you should even go or not. Some group rides, heck, probably most group rides are probably not going to be for the type of cyclist that you are. A well-organized group ride will tell you how fast they're going to be riding, where they're going to be riding, how far it is, so that the riders are completely informed about what they're getting into. There's also group rides for different types of bikes. A road bike ride starting at the roadie shop and riding 60 miles out and back is going to be a completely different group ride than, say, a chill fixed gear ride where we're going to get ice cream. Some group rides are more about the riding, and some group rides are more about just hanging out and being together with people that like the same thing. Something to keep in mind is whether there's a drop on the group ride or not. Drop means that if you're too slow and get left behind, they're not going to wait up for you and regroup. This is common on faster, more competitive rides where the group ride is more about the riding than it is about being social. If there's a drop and you can't hang, that's it for your group ride, you are done. While a drop may seem sort of mean-spirited, especially if you're a beginner, it's a necessary evil that group rides have to do if they want to keep a certain pace. Usually group rides are labeled according to the type of bike that is most appropriate for that group ride, but even if you don't have a specific type of bike, you could say, like, you could totally come out to one of my rides if you don't have a fixed gear bike. It's fine, just be part of the vibe. And that's the thing. Different group rides have different vibes. Find one that you vibe with. And you need to know what to bring on a group ride. Bring water, bring food. You're going to get hungry. Not all group rides stop for lunch in the middle of it. You're going to be exercising for hours on end potentially, so be sure you have enough fuel to get you through the ride. You should also bring a flat fix kit, which includes tools to get your wheels off, a spare tube, a pump. You can find all my recommendations for a flat fix kit linked in the description. Along with the flat fix kit, although there are probably going to be some cyclists that know how to fix a flat out on the ride, it's appreciated if you know how to do it yourself and fix your own dang bike. And depending on the type of ride, if it isn't super competitive, it's a good idea to bring locks. A lot of times group rides will stop at places and go inside somewhere and get coffee or get lunch. And you want to know that your bike is secure so you don't have to keep one eye on it the entire time you're at your fuel stop. Another essential tool I'd throw in there is a metric Allen set, just in case anything comes loose or you need to make any adjustments to your bike while you're out. And then comes the question of which bike should you bring. If you're just starting out, you probably just have one bike, bring that one. But again, remember that group rides are usually catered to different types of bikes. And when you're actually out on the ride, there's some cyclist-specific communication that you should know to keep everybody safe and on the same page about where everybody's going and what's happening. The more aware you are about what people are communicating to you, and the better that you can communicate to other people when there's wind blowing through your ears and you can't hear what anybody is saying, the safer everybody's going to be. First up, there's basic hand signals that you should know on a group ride. Turning right, my right. Turning left, my left. Car up. You could also do the car right turn, which some people do, which I always find confusing. Pointing is pretty clear which direction everybody is going. Oh, we're going in. After you. Excuse us. Oh my God. And know that this means stop. There's also a couple variations on stop. You could also do like the slow down, blinky palm stop, or even just like patting the air means like, hey, slow down everybody, there's something coming up. And whenever somebody ahead of you is telling you this or this, It means get on that side. There is a person or a big rock ahead or a fallen tree, whatever. It just means get out of the way. There's a road hazard. Ride on that side. It's also important to call out anybody or anything that somebody could crash into. Snake! Snake! Also, you'll see cyclists pointing at things in the road. That means don't go there. That's a big pothole or there's glass. Don't ride through that. Be aware that that is there. That's what that means. Bottle! And there's also some verbal call-outs that you should know, and most of them have to do with looking out for things to not crash into. The most common one is like car back, which means like get out of the way and get behind in a single file position or as close together as possible to let the car pass and be polite and give cyclists a good name out on the streets. Could also be car up, car left or right. Another common one is walker or runner up. Walkers up. Right. Car up. Runner up. So just know the call outs. Something is up, back, left, or right. And at an intersection, if it's safe to roll through, you could do two things. You could just say roll in or clear. And if it's not clear, you could say something like car left, car right, or stop. Say something so that people know what to do before they get to the intersection. Clear. And if you're overtaking somebody, tell them that you're doing it. You could just say passing left or passing right. Usually passing left in this country, maybe it's passing right in your country. Another one to put in your back pocket if someone else isn't totally aware of their surroundings. I'm here, I'm here. That's all you need to say. Group rides, a lot of it is about being in a safe position in relation to other riders, knowing where other riders are and letting know where you are to other riders, and just everybody being on the same page, where we're going, what's happening, where hazards are, and not crashing into each other or things. Let me know in the comments below if you are a seasoned cyclist that's been on a ton of group rides. If there's anything that I missed that beginner cyclists should know, drop that down in the comments and let's keep the discussion going and keep everybody safe and without broken wrists and collarbones. You know another cycling thing you should know? This message from our sponsor, Wabi Cycles. Wabi's bikes are so good that my Wabi Special is the only bike that I have to own. I don't need N+1 bikes when all I do is ride my favorite bike that I've ever thrown a leg over. It is the most fun bike that I've ever ridden. So it's the only bike that I own. They are that good. And part of what makes them that good is that Wabi constructs all of their frame sets out of top tier tubing, Reynolds 725 or Columbus Spirit. If you're looking to get to their most popular model, their Wabi Classic, you can pre-order one right now and expect to get it in late May. And if you're wondering about the specials with the chrome lugs, those are slated to be out late May, tentatively. Be sure to check out Wabi Cycles, linked in the description. If you made it to this point in the video, I earned your thumbs up, so do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can watch more cycling content just like this. And remember that life is short, but don't make it shorter, so be sure to ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous.